I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve Kakuro Hexagoku by Nell Gwyn. This is something a little different, as you can see, but I think that most of the concepts will be familiar to you. In any case, I'll be reading the rules shortly. If you would like to try this puzzle for yourself, it will be the first link in the description. And now let us indeed have a look at the rules. Place the digits 1 to 7 in each outlined region once. So we have these regions of 7 digits, and each region is going to have the digits 1 to 7 in. Digits cannot repeat along any of the 3 directions in which the hexagonal cells share edges. So I can't repeat digits along here. I can't repeat digits along here, and I can't repeat digits along here. Okay. Clues outside the grid give the sum of the digits that clue sees in the indicated direction. So those two are going to sum to 6, those two to 4, and so on. All right, with that, I am going to see if I can figure out how to restart the puzzle. Yep, here we go. Reset. All right. There we go. That's got it lined up, I think. All right, and I'm going to start now. All right, so this 4 can only be made of 1 and 3. 17. That potentially restrictive. So 17, these 3 digits are at minimum 2, 4, 5, which is 11. And that would need another 6. Is that right? 2, 4, and 5 is 11. I need another 6, which would be 2, 4, or 1, 5. That doesn't make sense. What am I missing? Ah, that's the minimum. Okay. So I could do 2, 4, 6, which would, what would 2, 4, 6 give me? That would give me 12, so I'd need 5 here, which would have to be 1, 4, or 2, 3, which I couldn't do. I could do 2, 5, 6, which would be 11, 12, 13, so that would need 4. That would be 1 and 3. That would work. 2, 4, 7 would be 13, also need 4. That would be 1, 3. So that's 1, 3 either way. This is either 2, 5, 6 or 2, 4, 7. So there is a 2 in one of those. Not sure that I can do a corner mark 2. No, that's not what I want. I'll put a center mark in for now. No, 2, 5, 6, or 4, 7. I'll just have to remember. And that's, Okay, those can't be 1s and 3s. Those can't be 1s and 3s. So this must be a 1-3 pair. 1 plus 8 would make 9, but I can't use an 8. So that must be 3. That must be 6. Okay. So if that's a 1, then that's 3 and that's 1. Right, this adds up to 4. So these add up to 13. Okay, 6 is not in this row, in this region. Therefore, the 6 is in this row in this region. Therefore, the 6 is not here, and therefore the 6 is here. So that's 2, 5, 6. And this is 4, 7. Okay, 4, 7 can't go here, so this is 4, 7. 4, 7 can't go here, so this is 4, 7. 4, 7 can't go here or here, so this is 4, 7. I've got roping going on. That's not 4, 7, and nor are those, so this is 4, 7. And I can place a 4 there, a 7 there, and that's a 2. Okay. 4, 7 does not go in any of those, so that's a 4, 7, and 4, 7 here. Okay, these, to complete the region, must be 2 and 5. And these must be 1 and 3. These must be 2, 5, 6. These must be 1 and 3. These are 5 and 6. 1 and 3. In fact, I can place those because of the 3 on this line. That's 1 and 3. And then these are also 2, 5, 6. All right, and then these are 2, 5, 6 as well. Okay. Probably some more efficient way to do this, and it's really cluttered, but hey, that's what comes from doing a slightly different puzzle in a way that you're in a tool that you're not as familiar with as well. All right, this 3 makes that 1, and that 3, which makes that 1 and that 3. That 3 looks up here to give a 1 and a 3, and that 3 looks down here to give a 1 and a 3. And that appears to be all of my 1s and 3s. This 4 is looking up to give me 7 and 4. This 4 is looking down here to give me 7 and 4. This 4 looks up here to give me 7 and 4. That 4 looks up there, 7 and 4. That 4 is down there to give 7 and 4, and up here to give 7 and 4. And now I just have the 2s, 5s, and 6s to resolve. Right. That is not a 2. That is not a 6. One of those two is a 2. Is there a cell that's looking at both of them? Sorry, one of those two is not. Sorry, one of those two is a 6. That's what I meant to say. One of those two is a 6 because from this line here. So is there a different cell that's seeing both of those? And then one of those two is a 2 because the 2 is not here on this line. I'm not seeing where that's useful. got a 6 here. So one of those two is a 6. So that's okay. If that's a 5, then that's a 2-6 pair. Well, actually, if that's a 6, that's a 2 and a 5, so that would make this one a 6. Okay, so that would then be a 2 or a 5. That would make this a 6. That would be 5. If this is 6, that's 2, 5, so that's 6. Which make that 2, 5, so that's 6. Makes that 5. If that's 6, so that would be 2, that would be 6. That would make that 6. That would make that 6. Which seems feasible. Okay, if this is 6, then that's not 6, that's not 6, and that's... Oh, okay. So if this is 6, then that is not a 6, that's a 2, 5. That gives me a 2, 5 pair, making that 6. That makes that 2, 5. This 2, 5 pair makes that 6. And then these two knock out 6 from... Wait, that... I thought I need to figure out how that becomes 6. If that's... So that would be 2 or 5. We already know that. That would be 2, 5. That would not be 6. That would not be 6. So that would be 6. And that makes this cell 6. And let's remember that one in particular. Because if this is 6, then these two become 2 and 5. In particular, this is 2 and 5, and that's 2 and 5, and that's 6. So either one of those being 6 makes this 6. All right. How does that help? That means that that is not 6. That is not 6. Does that advance our knowledge of the world? Okay, if this is 5 now, I don't think I can clear any more 6s. But if this is 5, then this is 5. That makes this 5. and this is 5. That makes that 5 and that 5. And now there's no room for 5 in any of these. That one knocks out that one knocks out that one, and that one knocks out that one. So that is not 5. That is 6, therefore this is 5. And now that should clear things up. That 6 means that that is not 6. That 5 means that's not 5. That is not 5. That's a 2. That's a 5. That's a 2. That's a 5. Those are both not 5. That's a 2-6 pair, making that a 5. That 2 means that that's 5. This 6 is looking down to make that 2, and that's 6. That 2 looks up here to make that 5, and that 2, that 6 looks up here to make that 5. That is 2, that is 6, that is 2, and that is 6. Congratulations! Well, that was indeed something a little different, but I did enjoy it. Yeah, wasn't too difficult, but it was a bit, maybe there was an easier way to resolve the 2s, 5s and 6s at the end. But that could just be my unfamiliarity with the puzzle type. Anyway, if you like this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.